Oni, Yoruba leaders move to save Tinubu's presidential bid. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel. To get notified when we post hot juicy news updates, please click on the notification bell. With just 1 week to the 2023 general election, there are indications that traditional rulers in the southwest geopolitical zone have waded into the crisis rocking the governing All Progressive Congress APC in a bid to mend fences between the party's presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and some northern interests within the party who may not be favorably disposed to his presidential bid. Leadership Weekend gathered reliably that the Yoruba Mornachs on Wednesday sent a delegation of 8 royal fathers led by the Oni of Ife, Oba Enito Adeyeye Ogunwusi Ojaja II, to the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Said Abubakar, asking him to intervene. This is coming amid allegation that some persons in the presidential villa were working against Tinubu and wanted him to lose the February 25th presidential election. Kaduna State Governor Nasir Rufai earlier this month alleged that the currency swap introduced by the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) was meant to side voters against the All Progressive Congress and was orchestrated by the forces who are bent on ensuring that the All Progressive Congress presidential candidate loses the election. The visit by the Yoruba monarchs to the Sultan, whose length was intended to douse the tension within the governing party and also to speak against some anti-democracy suggestions from some political bigwigs. It was learned that key loyalists of the All Progressive Congress flag bearer, who initiated the moves, made entreaties to the Oni of Ife to intercede in the interest of the nation. The Tinubu loyalists, according to dependable source, fear that President Muhammadu Buhari has been discouraged from supporting his presidential bid. Pioneer interim national chairman of the All Progressive Congress and former governor of Osun State, Chief B.C. Akande, and a former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Dimeji Bankole, were part of the delegation to the seat of the Caliphate. Other traditional rulers who joined the Oni in the visit to the Sultan include Olugbon of Ile-Igbon Oba Francis Olushola Alao, and Eleguchi of Ikate, Oba Saheed Ademola Eleguchi. Contrary to some media reports suggesting that the Yoruba traditional rulers welcomed the All Progressive Congress presidential candidate in Ibadan on Friday, Leadership Weekend gathered that the Oni's team to Sokoto was built to give feedback to other traditional rulers at a special meeting held at Ibadan. The meeting, however, coincided with the All Progressive Congress rally in Oyo State, where Tinubu seized the opportunity to visit the royal fathers. A source at the palace of a Sultan in Sokoto confirmed to this paper that their attempt to rescue or secure the support of traditional rulers in the north for Tinubu's presidential bid. This, according to the source who did not want his name in print, was the rationale behind the visit by the traditional rulers from the southwest to the Sultan of Sokoto Palace last Wednesday. When contacted, the palace PRO Aminu Haliru confirmed that some rules from the southwest visited the Sultan of Sokoto last Wednesday. Probed further about the purpose of their visit, Aminu Haliru said, "I am not privy to the discussion, but one thing you can take from me as the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Alhaji Said Abubakar, is not only apolitical but remains a father to all." You'll recall that he played host to all presidential candidates who came to Sokoto in his palace, admonished them to go about their campaigns peacefully and ensure free and fair elections. Meanwhile, as the shuttle diplomacy is going on ground, the All Progressive Congress seems to be tottering towards implosion following mounting opposition against the position of the party's leader, President Buhari, on the Naira policy, which has led to shortage of currency in the circulation. More governors on the platform of the governing party are rebelling against Buhari over his directive on Thursday that only the 200 Naira old notes should be recirculated in the economy in spite of a Supreme Court order that the old notes should remain legal tender. Kaduna State Governor El-Rufai quickly countered the president's directive, insisting that old notes remain legal tender in Kaduna and the law being on his side. The governor, in his broadcast shortly after the president's directive, alleged that there was a plot to truncate democracy and the members of the president's inner circle. Similarly, Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje also broke ranks with the president on the issue, insisting on aligning with the Supreme Court order instead of the presidential directive. The governor of Jigawa State, Abubakar Badaru, told the same line, saying the old 1,500 and 200 notes are legal tender in the state. The Jigawa State government warned against rejecting the old Naira notes by individuals and organizations as vows to enforce the Supreme Court's order on using them as legal tender. This was contained in a statement issued and signed by the State Commissioner for Information, Youth, Sports and Culture, Honorable Bala Mohammed. The statement explained that the Jigawa State government is concerned about the difficulties people are passing through in the state as a result of rejecting the 1,000 Naira, 500 Naira and 200 Naira notes by some individuals and organizations despite the Supreme Court order. Some state governments, including Jigawa State, have filed a suit against the federal government and central bank on the deadline for using old notes. The court has given injunction restraining the defendants from implementing the deadline policy. Policy pending to the court's determination of a subject matter. In accordance with Section 2871 of the Constitution as amended, no one has right or reason to reject the old notes after court order. Therefore, the Jigawa State government will not be hesitant to enforce the Supreme Court order accordingly. The state government hold on the general public to continue accepting the old note and the legal tender until the Supreme Court disposes of a matter, and also to report anyone rejecting the old notes to the nearest authority for appropriate action. Also, Niger State Governor Abubakar Sani Bello asked the people of the state to wait for the outcome of the case before the Supreme Court on the Naira swap policy of the federal government. The governor, who spoke during his tour of Niger North to canvass for vote as a senatorial candidate of the zone, called for patience as the state government joins others to seek the Supreme Court pronouncement on the matter. Noting that Niger State is among the states that approached the Supreme Court due to the suffering of the people, Sani Bello said the highest court in the land will bring the entire situation to a proper perspective. The president has spoken and is allowing the old 200 Naira notes to remain in circulation while the Supreme Court has adjourned. Hearing on this matter filed by states by the 22nd of this month. Sincerely, this particular issue, what's the person not going to see about them? Alright, well, at the end of the day. Alright, at the end of the day, what is going to happen is that a lot of people, a lot of things go scatter, go dabari. Hopefully, you're not going to do too much like that. Alright, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.